Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us today at the SaiYunaste Soul Tribe Soul Chat with me, Allison May. And I've got the beautiful Lorna Marshall, my queen, over from Moonlight Healing. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. The Fae are already here. They've just popped in to say, hey, we're here. So we're here to get to know Lorna a little better, a little bit more intimately. So if you have any particular questions, you'd like to know more about her, please feel free to put them in the chat. We're just kind of taking it easy as we're gearing up for this weekend of the Cosmic Heart Festival. Lorna will be Saturday, I think you are, right? Is it Saturday or Sunday? It's this weekend.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be hanging out. Yeah, I'm going to be her PA person. So y'all, if you want to donate early get on that list ahead of time, you totally can. Just send the your donation over to our PayPal link is Cosmic Heart Fest. If you have issues with PayPal, just contact me directly. We'll work it out. And then you can just go ahead and we'll say, just note Lorna Marshall reading, and then we will get you on the list ahead of time, which is so great. Hello, everyone. We're using StreamYard today. We are broadcasting in the SaiYunaste Soul Tribe, also Soul Collective. For both Lorna and I are approved readers and healers there. If you want to go check out that group, and we've started a YouTube channel for SaiYunaste, so we're streaming live there too. You guys can go over and check that out and subscribe. I'm still learning YouTube, despite my teenage.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
you're on YouTube.
One of our beautiful queens is going to help me do the tagging and all that stuff. She's like got a whole. She's Capricorn. She's so amazing. She's like this beautiful goddess that walked into my life. And she's like, I know all these things. And I'm like, hooray, this is so great. So if you're into the YouTube world, we're going to be over there as well. Some stuff we're not going to be posting on there just because we like to keep it intimate in just this Soul Tribe group or in Soul Collective in our private groups, just because there's just sensitive things in here. So we got all that. Cosmic Heart Festival starts tomorrow. At 5:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, which is 10:30 for you folks over on the other side of the pond. Jared and I will be opening with an opening meditation. I think there's going to be drumming. We're just kind of going to let it unfold, just really blessing everything. So if you all haven't had an opportunity to check that out, go check at the Cosmic Heart Festival group. And all is listed in there. We've got the raffles going. Go get it. The raffle will be open until Sunday. And then Tina and I will be finishing up Sunday evening, and we'll be doing the live raffle. So you can come hang out with us then. It'll be recorded. We'll tag you. Don't worry. It's all going to work out. So I think that's all that's going on. Pretty geared up for this weekend. We're really super stoked. We've already raised over $3,200, which is so amazing. It's going so well with the fundraising that Emery's mom has already scheduled the surgery. So we're just so excited.
Wow.
Just thank you all so much for being present, your donations. Lorna, thank you so much for like doing a live. Like, it's just so beautiful, everyone coming together. We're just so grateful. We look forward to Emery walking. Like,
I'm just getting used to these lives now.
Yeah, so you're kind of new to this. So we're gonna shift gears, y'all. Oh, good. Veronica just finished her shamanic journey. Yeah, I'm going to do that later, I think. I also am going to take a nap too, maybe. I'm doing a lot of work while sleeping. So, Lorna, hi.
Hi.
Friend, hi. For those of you who don't know, Lorna has just recently splashed on the scene in this life. Just connecting with her. I think it hasn't been that much, maybe a couple months. I think we've been in each other's energy, and I've just been so, I talked her into kind of coming on, doing a live here and there. And we just fell into this beautiful rhythm. If you have not had the opportunity to connect with Lorna privately, I strongly recommend. You also want to go check out her group, Moonlight Healing, which is tagged in the comments and in the event. And so it's like you just came on board, and it's like you've been doing this for lifetimes, So I really want to kind of get into it and just like tell us how you came to be here, Lorna. Like how did this spiritual awakening happen? Is it I'm so intrigued, and I definitely, after that, I definitely want to get into your amazing guys, because they're just a trip. So how did Lorna Marshall get to be here right now in this moment of now?
So basically, I think how it all started for me was doing ghost hunts. So one of my friends said to me, come on this ghost hunt. And I'm thinking, all right, okay. But I love that other side of it, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just think, you know, you watch all these films and you watch all the tellies and whatever and the episodes of Ghost Adventures. And I just think, right, okay, I'm going to go on them. But I absolutely, all of a sudden, I went on my first one and I thought my attitude was, I've paid the money, I'm going to do what I want, because that's what a lot of people think, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then they sometimes think as well, oh, you know, is it like the telly where people go screaming and like running off? But it's not like that. And I always remember my first ever ghost hunt was the Ancient Ram. It's one of the most haunted pubs in Britain. And it's actually closed down now. And where the Ancient Ram is, it's probably about half an hour away from me. It's got ley lines. So it's very, very, very active. And yeah, and from then on, I've been going on loads, but I think things that you learn, like before, I never used to ground myself before I went off to places like this. And then it's sort of like, lesson learned, so I'm not doing that again. And then I just kept seeing all these people thinking, why am I seeing all these things? It was just bizarre. And I could end up, have you ever seen the film Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
That's me. Constantly, that's me. I see people all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, hello, yeah. You know, at the end of the day, you acknowledge. And, you know, I think a lot of people have to realise as well, you have to give spirit respect. And a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So I learned that way. And then I met my friend called Bib Charles, and we were going on a ghost hunt, me and my friend, and we went to like a chakra fair not far from us. And she's been my sole friend for ever since then.
That's
so
lovely.
Bib and Ellie, they're twins. So Ellie Charles is my teacher. She's one of them. And I have another teacher called Lorraine Davis, and they're both different, but they're both amazing. So with me, I like to be in the middle. So whatever I learn from there and there, I will just take it what it's good for me.
Yep. Perfect.
And I went on Ellie's 3-day challenge, and it was a spiritual challenge, and every night we go through meditation, like, you know, you get like the envelope with a thing in it, and you've just got to look at it to like psychically go in of what it is.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, what is wrong with me? So anyway, we did that, and I won the challenge.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So after that, how I've met other people like Trudy, Ems, everybody, they're all in the school.
Yeah.
And it's just started from that. And I think it's not been easy, because you just think, right, okay, so why am I seeing this? Tell me why I'm seeing that. And it's very hard. So your life being a medium is like quite up and down, because we still need the help. We still need a few readings to think,
oh yeah,
you know, we're on that right path. And oh my goodness. So after I won the challenge, I thought, why did I go to this woods anyway? So anyway, it was the day of the strawberry moon. And I said to my husband, I said, right, let's go out for a walk. And I ended up going to the woods where I used to live. And as soon as I entered there, I knew where I was. It was my meditation that Elliot took me down.
Oh my gosh.
So in my meadow, I have a big fluorite, like I was kind of crystals, like that's there. It's massive. And then I ended up having a bench there. I would speak to my guide. So you at the end of the day, I look at it thinking, right, so you go into the power, you do whatever, this is what I've been learned. And then if there's a guide for you, they're going to step forward. So this Egyptian princess come, and I thought, oh, hello. And that's how Lily and Jack appeared, because they're my spirit animals.
Mm-hmm.
And people think I'm a bit balmy, and I'm going, but they're with me all the time. So I said to my guide the other day, and I went, right, okay, I can't keep calling you my Egyptian guide. This is a bit wrong. I can't understand what you say in Egypt. So give me a name that I can understand. And she said, Selena. So when I looked up Selena, it was the moon. And I went, right, thank you. I'll take that one.
Yep. Yeah, because you're very connected to the moon.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. We talk about that a lot. So I love so much that you have so openly kind of just embraced this part of your life, and really want to kind of go back to a little bit of just coming across the spirits as you come across them. And you were saying a lot of like the sixth sense. So do spirits tend to come to you regardless of whether or not they've been asked? Is it more of they're just kind of queuing up and just waiting to deliver the message?
Yeah, all the time. And like I was working in this one place, and I worked with a lady from an agency, and then behind her I thought, oh my gosh, why am I seeing this man and I see specific things?
Mm-hmm.
So like your parting of the hair, what colour, do they wear jewelry? It's something Ellie's taught me to do, is when you see spirit, look and see what you see, and just like a jigsaw puzzle piece, really. And yeah, so I went, oh my goodness. So I said, look, I was really open. I said, look, because I'm very cautious about people saying you're a medium, a psychic medium, because some people just freak out. And I thought, right, okay, I'm going to have to be truthful. And I said, look, I'm not being rude, but there's this guy behind you, different colour. I told him everything. And she said, Lorna, is it this person? And she showed me my phone. I went, yeah, who is he? And I had my, at that time, I got my pencil out, and I was asking, but I could still see him. I thought, oh, for a minute, this is no good, this ain't. So she said, that was my best friend that died a year ago today.
Oh, came to say hello.
Yeah. And because she couldn't see him, I'm very funny about people touching my crystals, because it's energy to energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my crystal, like, they're my babies, but I just said, look, do you mind her using you so she could like communicate with her friend behind her? And she was so happy, because the crystal moved for her. So everything that she wanted to say, he was actually speaking through the crystal. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So you have such a special connection, not only with your guides, which we're going to get into shortly, but crystals. So were you always attracted to rocks and crystals, or is it just something, because as you said, they're your babies, so you really understand the spirits that are within them. How did this come to be? Was just something that you always knew, or was it almost like one day you like wandered upon a crystal and you're like, oh, hello, and heard them speak? Or because I know each crystal has its own beautiful soul within, right? So could you just expand on that a little bit? I love this.
So it goes back to the ghost hunt. So Julie, who's a member of the WASP team, it's her baby, really. Amazing people. They're so good, and they look after you. She said to me, because I used to get the dowsing rods, and I think, oh, I'll do this so I can pick anything up and use them. And I think, why can I do that? And then it's like, that's your past lives. So I've learnt that over the time. And she said, oh, look at my pendulum. I thought, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And it was a beautiful amethyst. And then thereon, I can walk into a crystal shop and they speak to me. So like I have a thing when I buy pendulums, I don't often buy them anymore, but if I do, I always ask them, would they like to come home with me? And this is what you respect. And now I can, because in my therapy room, every night I'll put my hand all over my crystals and I go, hello. And then I'll get the incense out and give them their food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do need that. They do. That's so fantastic. I love that so much. Yeah. There's just so much about when you do a reading, you know, you bring in all elements of all different kinds of energies, crystals and spirits. And, you know, what I'm really loving is when your guides show up. So I know you spoke a little bit about Selena, but I want to hear about your other two loves and how
Lily and Jack.
Yeah, how they came to be and how Lily came a little later. Like, could you just tell that story? It's just so beautiful the way they just presented themselves and when they come through, and you just really just would you be open to sharing that experience?
Yeah, that's fine.
So great.
So I was in my group, and like I was saying, you sit in the power and you ask your guide to step back. Well, if there's any spirit animals there for you that will work with you. And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking at the end of it, why have I got a llama? And then my llama, Jack, is not left. They do not leave me at all. So, and I thought, oh, right, okay. So this llama appeared and I just looked and I said, oh, hello. And when I looked into Jack's eyes, I see the moon and I'm thinking, that's it, I'm gone. It's the moon. And he'll tell me off. He can be really naughty. So the other live that I did, which took 3.5 hours, which I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, that was fun.
Lily and Jack were playing up because they all wanted to see how they could get into the screen. And I'm going like, Lily, stop. Jack, stop. So basically how Lily appeared was my friend bought me a pink llama at work. Just a little pink toy llama.
Yeah.
So then when I'm sat there, I can feel him just going like, I'm having this toy. And then all of a sudden I said, you can't have a girlfriend. And then all of a sudden I turn around and there's another one. And I'm going, oh, hello. So they walk together. But with Lily and Jack, they keep me on the narrow because when I look at llamas, I look at they're strong creatures. They're very, very hard on their feet and they look up. And there was just something about Jack. He's there to support, he supports me and he knows when there's danger coming. And when somebody verbally attacks me, because they do,
yeah,
they're there. But then I also have Selena.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's so amazing. And they help you too, right? Help deliver messages as well and really stay super connected and sometimes almost work like your bodyguards, ensuring that you're kept safe, because working in a different energetic realm, different experiences. And as you've come across that in growing, I know that you were saying you've had some beautiful teachers, which is always so important on this spiritual path together. We kind of collide into who we need. Were there instances as when you come across, even just in a regular day, where it's almost like, do you now like bubble up and everything before you leave the house, making sure that you're very specific in the words? And so over the past few months, have you felt the energy revving up? Have you had more spirits come forward? Are you just kind of feeling, how is it for you in this swing, in this energy right now?
I think I remember the day that I had done, because I'm on this course at the moment, even though I'm an angelic healer practitioner, that has literally exploded my healing, my energy, and I work with all the angels now, and I'm starting learning about the different angels, because let's be truthful, I can't remember all of them.
Yeah,
but I know they're just around me. And also as well that sometimes I will be sat there and I'd be listening to music, and then all of a sudden I'm back in the angelic realms, and then all of a sudden this man with this long beard has this scroll, and he says, "There we go, Lorna." And I go, "Thank you." And I think, oh wow, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Because it's, yeah. And
yeah.
I think, and after doing that, and then I remember asking you and Dad for a reading, and then you asking me, because you had cards in your hands and you threw them. I remember them. And you went, right, I've got a lot to tell you now. And I thought, God, what have I done? But then all of a sudden I thought, oh, you know, doing lives is pretty hard, because I used to make myself feel sick.
Yeah.
Thinking, do you know what? I've got to trust. So Ellie always taught me, visualize the word trust in black letters, bold letters. And do you know what? It's easy said and done, but I did it. And I thought, I've got nothing to lose. I've gone through all these journeys. I've won these things, and I'm meeting all these different people. What do we find so hard to trust? But we do.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah. And I thought, right, trust, I'm going for it now. And do you know what? I've not looked back. Because somebody asked me last night, what happened to you to go towards your light? And I went, trust. You know, the worst thing about doing readings is you think, gosh, right, okay, they're giving me this message. I can see these things. I'm very visual. I can actually do astro travel, which that's another conversation. And I'm thinking, all these things that are happening in your life, you think, my gosh, am I normal? But I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
And I always think that one day somebody's going to say to me, that doesn't resonate. I think, well, that's fine, but that's what Spirit's given me. But then I remember Minty May saying, sometimes you can have a block that you look at some person and think, do you know what? I can't read you. Because it happens.
It happens. It does. Our hearts always open up and we're like, ah. Oh. And I think that's a really nice thing about being a part of this beautiful soul tribe is we have the opportunity to ensure people get to the right person to deliver the message, which is so great because we all read so differently. We all receive messages differently. We all heal differently. You know, in the same vein of bringing people together in a safe space to allow everyone to grow at their own pace and doing all of those beautiful things. And, you know, something that I really admire about you is how you step into delivering those messages, and you really have this just beautiful innate ability to be in the present moment of now and to really just convey what is needed and to allow them to come. And it's just such a beautiful thing to watch, especially with all of us changing is you are so brave and courageous to step out into your uniqueness and to allow, and then to be very open about it, you know, especially with guides. And, you know, there's so many of us who feel so alone, you know, especially in the beginning of our spiritual journey, you know, in our awakening. There's so many questions, you know, and it's just so great that you're here opening up and just presenting yourself and your true authentic truth. And it's been so helpful. You've been instrumental with the messages and the readings we've done together that you've provided for myself and for Jared. It's just been so deliciously fantastic. And I just really love how you've really embraced this, you know, in such a short period of time to say, and have just really opened up in all of these things and, you know, have done the work and really showing people that it is possible to love your life exactly as you are, and it's okay to be authentically you, right? And then it really, like, we've just kind of gravitated towards each other because I've always been the weird one too. So like just like, and now in the 3D world, it's getting so much more interesting. There are people who I think who are opening up that are nervous about it. So our uniqueness is so important as those trailblazers. I mean, I've I've been waiting on tables now for a couple weeks, and it's been so dreamy just to like kind of go off in soul language a bit, right? Or like deliver some message and just be like, that happened, and then go on my way, and then come later and being like, I don't know what you did, but oh my gosh, I'm like, I don't know, it was just meant to be. And I see that with you in the way that you've changed so many people's lives and are just so open to it, and all the support that you do on your page is just instrumental. It's just so beautiful. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for doing this. I've seen the results of your work and how, you know, not just with myself and my immediate family, but those around us. It's just so important. And you just have so just thank you so much. And thank you so much for being here today now. And we're about that half hour mark. So I want to open up the floor to people for questions. How are you feeling right now? Are you opening up are you feeling that urge to deliver messages, or are we still kind of in the interview mode of?
No, just go with the flow. I only created Moonlight with healing with Lorna so people could be free of what they want to talk about and not be judged.
Yeah.
And if I found anybody doing that, they would be instantly removed, because I think, you know, I could get people to have put business pages on, and I'm thinking, yes and no. I just want people to be different. So every so often I'll put what the meaning of a whale is. And there's something, and I will say, knowing you've opened up things with me, like language. I go around just going away with myself, and I just think, if anybody hears me, but you know what? I don't care, because I trust in my guides. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I know I've been sending you some videos, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, but I felt really good at that. Yeah. And I know the meanings to it as well, because I've always had the gift of tongues when I used to go, because I used to do prison ministry years ago, and I never felt right saying it. And now I understand through my life now what it is. Okay. And now I will do a reading, and I will get my other hand, and I say, right, okay, let's do some spiritual, and you show me symbols.
Yeah.
And I kept saying to you, this symbol keeps meaning a lot to me. Why? And you went, it's your signature.
Yep.
It's a symbol you use. And I went, okay, thank you. Take that.
Yeah. I'm just moving along, growing. It's so beautiful. Yeah. It's so great. I love it. So we've got a question in the comments. The question is, how do you know in meditations when you've met your spirit guides? That's a great question.
Okay. Right. So what I'll end up doing, I'll listen to some music. I will get crystals. I will get Mystic Merlinite is the really good one. And I don't know with other ones, or a clear quartz. And I will just listen to the music, and I will just say, right, okay, just take me now to where I need to be. Okay. And I'll be in the universe just walking around. So my upgrades was on moons, crystal moons. Okay. Right. So first of all, I'll be on a golden moon. Then a drawbridge will come down, and I look at the drawbridge, and mine had feathers with loads of crystals in. And I'll just think, right, I'll go over that bridge now in a minute. And then there's me going in the universe, and I take all these crystal stars, and there's me with these stars going over the bridge.
So perfect.
And I sat there, and I went, who is here that needs to look at me? Who can I ask while I'm sat here and just soaking in your energy? I just say, please, if anybody needs me or help, I need help. Could one of my guides step forward? And just imagine you're on a bench, okay? And your guides will come in one by one, because I have loads. I have a white witch. I do trance healing. I've done trance healing, but I have a Jewish guy called Daniel that is there when I need him. And then I did a meditation once, and all of a sudden there was this tree on top of a cliff, and I'm there. And then all of a sudden, all my guides were around me, and they said, Lorna, look beyond. That is your future. So what you need to do, you need to take that step of faith. And you know what? Just keep meditating, because either your guides will come to you in meditation or they will show you signs and symbols.
Yes.
And I actually believe that all of us really do need to go for walks in the woods and to reconnect with nature. Because now when I go into my woods, it comes alive. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Yep. It's amazing.
Mermaids, you name it, the gnomes, all those.
Yep.
It's just...
Yeah. And, the message I've been getting is, especially in our work, is it's so exciting that they see more people wanting to connect with them. And that's just like so beautiful, because they've missed us. They've missed, there was a message the other day I received from Guy, and she's like, I just miss the drumming and I miss the feet. Like, I just miss that, and so there's more of us taking time. I love going out in nature is just so spectacular. It really does make a big difference.
And also when you do meditation, just stand there and just stamp on the ground, or like you could be, I don't know, on the sand by a beach. But me, I literally can feel everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And it's really weird as well with me, because with mediums, I don't just jump in. I actually watch people, and that's my bad habit, but I just do. And then
I do that too.
If you're right, your love shines out.
Yeah.
So you and Tina doing the tethering, thinking, what on earth is this? And now I've watched it so long. I put a ticker on that, by the way. But
oh, you do? It's so exciting.
I just love to have that. But you and Tina are so special. Honestly, you just don't realise. And I find that for me from the UK and all you American people, you're just like, we're a massive spiritual family. I am just so blessed.
I feel that way too. We're just so lucky and so blessed, and we're all in this like bright, beautiful space, and it's so awesome.
It's lush.
Yeah, it's lush. I love that. That's like my new favorite thing to say. Everyone was like, where did you get that? I was like, England. All the people in the UK.
Lush.
They're like,
awesome.
So good. Yeah. I'm like, it's so much better than awesome. It's amazing. Great. Okay. We've got a couple more questions, so I'm just going to pop them up. The next one is, how do you open up fully, coming out of the spiritual closet with confidence when you're very gifted? It has been hard for me to fully open up and show my truest self without fear, especially in places where I'm established and in the public eye. This is a great, great question. How do you open up fully?
Do you know what? Sometimes when I look at lives, I can't watch myself, or if I do, I have to put the sound down, because I'm my biggest critic. I'm terrible. I think, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God, I look like this, look like that. But for me, you just got to think all the people around you are crazy, and you just got to think, do you know what? I am who I am. And also is owning up to the people around you who you are. Once you do that, it comes a lot easier.
Yeah.
To say to your husband, yeah, I'm a bit of a psychic medium. Yeah, I can't help it that I see dead people. I do it slowly.
Yeah.
But both my kids and my sister think I'm just weird or a mystic Meg.
Yeah.
But I don't care, because I'm happy. But I think once you start saying to yourself, I believe in myself, because if I don't believe in myself, how can spirit believe in me? I've got to start loving myself. And this is why I think that we're on inner child healing. I've done so much of it. I don't need to do any more.
Yeah.
I probably will eventually.
Right.
Yeah, but we all do. And it's like what I say to people in boxes. We pile things in boxes, but at times they do come out. They land on your feet, and you've got to deal with it. But once you deal with it, stamp on it. Just say, do you know what? That's my block. I've stamped on it. Come on. give me now what else I can need. That's why I talk to the moon a lot, because I just say, thank you so much. This doesn't serve me anymore. So I'm giving that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Please give me a little bit more what I can learn. Just keep soaking in the energy. You know, the moon, the universe have so many gifts for people. I just think the way of life gets in the way.
Yeah. Right. We've set ourselves up for all these beautiful lessons and challenges to really find ourselves, right? To learn these lessons. Yeah. I love this stamping. I think that's such a great
stamp on your block, stamp on it. Don't just chuck it, stamp. And you know what? Yes, that's my upgrade. I've done it. Because every block, after a block comes an upgrade, because you've gone past it. And before you know it, journal. I always say to people, journal every day how you feel. And then one day you're going to turn around and say, God, I said to my mother the other day, I'm a psychic medium. Wow. And that's the relief, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also we've got to be careful not to take negativity from people, like we wear it. And I'm just learning loads and loads of stuff at the moment as I go on. And I'm not perfect. I mess up, but we all do that.
Yep, we all do that.
But just keep with it and be true to yourself, really.
I love that. Yeah. Be true to yourself. It is. It takes a lot of guts to put ourselves out there to be loved, you know, like rejection is a real thing. And a lot of times it's just other people's fears kind of projecting. And then you're right. We just absorb it. And we're like, eek, you know, and then, you know, work through that shadow work.
Ask your spirit guide to come in and say, do you know what? I don't feel loved at the moment, but just sit there in your energy and ask your guides to come in, ask the angels to come in and put their arm around you. And I tell you what, they do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's so overwhelming. Like the other day, like now I'm an approved reader and I'm like, I've come such a long way in such a short time. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to cry. But I'm so overwhelmed that I'm thinking, bloody hell, people actually believe me. Excuse the language, but you know, people actually believe, and that's what helps. Because I'm forever texting you and Tina and saying thank you for believing in me.
Yeah, you're so brilliant. It's such a blessing that you came onto the scene, and I'm so grateful that, you know, our guides put us on the same path to cross, you know, and to experience each other. And I love that you're so open to that. It's so great. I'm just so happy for you. We've got more questions, so I'm just going to go down the line. So y'all, you just, give us those questions. All right, the next one. Where's the best place to put your crystals? Do you just go with what feels right? That's a great question.
Right. So have I got it? Oh, right. So this is an agate. It's a blue agate. No, it's an agate. Yeah. Sorry, babe. She'll tell me off. So what I do with this, because this is my grounding, this is my protection. And I'll always, when you clear it of negativity, so or wash it, I will say the intentions are, but I don't need to, because this is my crystal that I wear in my bra.
Mm-hmm.
Wear it everywhere. So at work, I wear a dress. So I have 2 in my bra, and I have 1 in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I feel before I step out the house that I'm going to be like with that force, I will take some tourmaline with me or obsidian, and I'll ground myself. And something Bib always taught me, don't just ground yourself once. So like you could be walking along and somebody would say something to you, think, oh my God, I don't like that. And it really unbalances you. Ground yourself again. Imagine your roots with the crystal. Watch your roots grow. Are they small? Are they thick? And make sure and just ground yourself, the cloak of protection. Everybody has their own way.
Yeah.
But as I go in my life, how I got taught, I just go with the flow, what my guides want me to do. And now my roots drink from a crystal lake of water, and you watch all the crystal blue water go up my roots, and then it wraps around me. Keep doing it. And then you'll find that you don't wear people's negativity because you keep grounding yourself. And sometimes just do this, just go, whatever you give me will come back twice fold. And
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Perfect. So we're going to move over to the some folks asked questions before coming on. Thank you all for reminding me that happened. I was getting excited. So from the Mistress Rose, who is kind enough to be like, I'll put my questions beforehand because she's proper.
Awesome lady.
Sometimes I don't think of the questions until it's happening, but she says, I've recently been trying to reach out to my guides. I have seen numerous things, dolphins, blue feline men, a beautiful woman with a white face and with black tattoos, etc. How do I get them to help guide me?
Ask your guides. So when you have time on your own, on my page, I have put down what well mean. Ellie always used to teach me, and she still does now, because she's still my teacher. She says, if anything comes to you, look it up. Look what all these meanings are. Okay. And once you find that, see, okay, you're very much the sea. So can you just repeat what?
Absolutely. She says, I've seen numerous things, dolphins, blue feline men, a beautiful woman with a white face and black tattoos.
Okay. That's your light language. And also they're saying to me, see, here I go again. And also say that you are strong in what you do. What do dolphins do? They go up and they go down. They go up and down. Same as whales. They're strong creatures. And also their communication. Dolphins are very special. It's like with people that have Down syndrome or different conditions. It's the healing what dolphins give. It's their talk. And okay, so what they're also saying to me is you're a strong person. And maybe you're looking at yourself in a mirror. You're seeing yourself in the mirror. The tattoos is they're saying to me is light language. But yeah, so you're in and out of that water. Whatever you're doing is you're doing it right. But also they're saying to me as well that you've got a path. So like all paths, it's like one road, but then it's like crossroads, isn't it? And then at the end of the day, they have to come to the end. They all join to the end.
Yeah.
They're also saying that you're blooming in what you're doing. And they're saying as well that sometimes people look at us and think, God, you're crazy. But you know what? Be happy in yourself because you're strong. Your communication with the light language is amazing. But they're also saying that you've got another language coming in. Actually, you've got about 3 or 4 coming in.
Yeah.
So just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Stay grounded. Yeah. So that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're on the right path. But maybe you're looking at yourself in a mirror. That's what they're saying to me. Because what you see is awesome. Is strength.
Yes. That's what they're saying too. We've got another question here, which I think you talked about a little bit. I'd love to know when Lorna first noticed her gifts and how she worked on expanding them, which she did. We covered. That was the ghost hunt. And then you took classes and opened up and did research and trusted yourself, which is so great. Here's another great question. We have, how do you interpret spirit? Like, what are they? And what is your opinion on various planes of existence? Like, where does the soul go after this incarnation and what happens when it gets there? So let's start with the first question.
Okay.
How do you interpret spirits? How do you interpret spirits?
Okay.
You said you're very visual, correct?
I'm visual. So I'm talking to you, whether you're alive or you passed over. I'm talking to you. I
Yeah.
see you in human form. So, like, I work in the care sector, and I could be with somebody that's passed over. I'll look to my right, they're at the bottom of the bed saying, "Thank you, Lorna. Thank you for whatever you've done. Thank you for giving me my self-respect back." And then every so often they'll be walking around the building. "Oh, hi. I'm just checking up on everybody." So I'm visual. I have visions. But
Yeah.
now, before they used to come, like visions used to come and go. Now I can literally be somewhere else now because I know I'm there.
Yeah.
It's like me being in dimensions, if that's,
Yep.
yeah. And also, Melanie, who is the most gifted woman ever out,
I know.
she created my Moonlight healing because that's actually me.
Yeah.
In my lake with the
Oh,
moon.
yeah. It's so soothing. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I start my meditation, I walk up this road, and in the road, on the road, in the woods, that is where I soak in. So I'll look, and I'm be sat like now. I'm sat in the lake, and I'll do this, and it swirls, and then I'm looking up to the moon, and yeah, and I have crystals around me. It's so important that for me to be healed, if somebody's really hurt me or I've asked for healing for someone, I'll go and sit in my lake. So my Moonlight healing is so important. It's like the butterflies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could talk forever and write a book.
Yeah, you will one day. You're going to write a book. It's going to be really, really helpful. So that kind of flows into the second question on what's your opinion on the various planes of existence. So you did touch base about being in multiple places at once. Like your body is moving and there's part of you that's in your body, but then there's the other part of you that's accessing other things. So
yeah.
I
see. So I can be driving along. Now, this is my third eye. I can see flashes of light, and I'm thinking, why am I seeing flashes of light? This is a bit bizarre. I need to concentrate as I'm driving. And then all of a sudden, I'll stop the car, and I just see people walking in the fields. But they're so happy because they're free. They're free of all their pain, and, when I shut my eyes or I travel to the universe, they're just happy. Yeah. I think your soul is not just one place, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's vast. How far? So like when I'm doing like my angelic healing, you put your hands out and you shut your eyes and just try and feel the energy of the earth. It's amazing. And I would say that to anybody to try. Just keep putting your hands out and go, right, okay, let me feel the energy. And then all of a sudden, that's it, golden ray of light. That's it, I'm gone. But,
yeah. So that is a follow. This is so great because it's like you already know the question, the answer to the question. So the like, where does the soul go after this incarnation, and what happens when it gets there? So it is, you were just saying, free of pain, being in kind of all places at once. I've always had these beautiful visions of like heading back to the drawing board and like sitting in these conference rooms with people and be like, all right, we've got all these contracts laid out and all of these things are doing, and really to look around and see others who have experienced in our life, and this life could be viewed as a villain or an arch nemesis, and really just only seeing love. What kind of experiences have you had with that going out? Have you had any of like your own discovering your own life's path or?
Well, I've been learning. Okay, so in my meditation, or I could just be sat there, just in my energy and talking to my guides like I do, and then all of a sudden I have flashes of me being a child in the woods, and then I'd be Egyptian. Okay, so I'm an Egyptian princess with my Selena.
Yeah.
And I go on this path, and then I put my hand out, and I've got sort of like crystal all the walls, and then all of a sudden I can be walking around a pyramid. So, and I'm just saying to it, right, okay. So in my course, I've been learning about past lives. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Because I want to stop doing that.
Yeah.
So I went back 3-4 decades. And I just believe when the time is right, you're born again into another you know.
Yep.
And I think with me is I can understand. I went to this medium. I said, I can't understand how I can pick cards up. Okay. Right. Okay. So why do I know what that means? Why do I know what that means? How can I pick a pendulum up? I know what that. Why does everything I look crystal ball? I've got a crystal ball. I know how to do it. But it's your past lives. So what's happening? I was told that it's catching up with you. So in this life, you're learning what you've done in previous lives.
Yes.
Yeah, because I always thought about reincarnation, thinking, don't know about that. So I didn't dismiss it. But now I agree with it. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
from your personal experience.
Yeah.
There's another question that came up, and do you work with moon cycles? Kaylee wants to know.
I'm learning still about the moon. It's just when I see a moon, I'm hypo anyway, but when I see a full moon, that's it. I'm just gone. I'm just laughing, singing, dancing. I sing to the residents.
Yeah.
being told off for that, but hey ho. But I'm just a happy-go-lucky person. It's, when people are sad, they're sad. You just got to be there with them.
Yeah.
As you get older, it doesn't mean you can't have a life. And I find that in some of the care sector, we're like conveyor belt, and we're not actually thinking who we're looking after. But, the place where I am at the moment, she's going to allow me to do my healing in the home. So I'm like over the moon.
Do you think about maybe starting your own? Is that like a possibility? Because I know in America we have like the death doulas. I know that, I think you guys have that over there too, of where people, that's what they specialize in, kind of caring for at the end of the life. I know
Palliative care.
Yeah. Is that what
it's
called? Yeah. It's so interesting how it works, because it's really, there's so many parts in our life. That's something that I think I might look into learning to do, because I would just love to be able to.
I've done care 25 years.
Yeah. Wow.
But I know that
spiritual midwives.
My business is Moonlight Healing, and that is going to be my business. I do readings for people anyway, and I don't charge a lot, but it's just that offering, because I had a big thing about money.
Yeah.
And it's like terrible. But it's an energy exchange. So, times grow on and you've got to charge a bit more because it's part of life. But that money will actually buy more crystals, or I just want my business, and my business will grow.
Yeah.
But I'm just starting, growing small and just being patient.
Yeah.
So when I finish my diploma, that's it then, I'm gone.
Yeah, you're going to be so busy.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I love care, and I love doing healing.
Yeah. It's like the most beautiful thing. It's just something about.
Do you like my selenite moon? I got to show everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Show what you were showing me earlier. You've got some really fun things around you right now.
All right. So that, I don't know if you can see it. It's got
the pattern
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Selenite is really, really, really good for if you're poorly. Take it to bed with you. Take it everywhere with you. And because I do have fibromyalgia, which I've had a long time, but since I've been doing healing, my health has got a lot better.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorites, Caribbean Yeah.
I love that.
Love it. It's gorgeous.
It's so spectacular.
And that's my big citrine I've just bought.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? It's just so amazing how I've noticed stones come back to me too, like with the Lemurian seed crystals.
Oh, my favorite.
They just show up. Great for cleansing on the crystals too, selenite. Yeah. Yeah, it's just amazing how we are all coming. Caribbean calcite. Yeah, I don't know. It's like never ending. And we were kind of talking offline beforehand. Like I was like, I'm looking around and I was like, I'm surrounded by rocks. I'm like, this is pretty spectacular, which is so great.
But that's what makes who you are, because I believe the energies of all the crystals that are around you, they can give you a headache because the energy is so strong. But all you've got to say is, thank you, I acknowledge you're giving me a headache, but can you take it away? And it will go.
That's such great advice. Yeah.
Yeah, it will go. I got taught that by Bib.
Yeah, it's so great. Okay, so we're just wrapping up. So I want you to be able to tell people where they can find you.
Okay, so I've created a page called Moonlight Healing with Lorna. Just send me a request and I'll put you on the group. I've only created this page to help people so they can speak, they can be who they are and not be judged. Yeah. So if you want to share something, share it. If it's anything to do with dreams or anything in your journey, or what makes you happy. And that's really important, because I had my hair done the other day and I thought, do you know what, that makes me happy. I'm going to put it in my group. And then I've got other people putting things in, which is good. So the more you put in, the more you'll enjoy your page, because it's all for you. So, yeah. And every so often I did, I picked 2 people yesterday for a reading. So that went really well. I had about 26 people. So I'll be doing that quite often to help people. Yeah.
It's worth the equal energy exchange, my friends, to get a personal reading from Lorna. And you're also going to be, we talked about this in the beginning, at the Cosmic Heart Festival this Saturday. You are all feeling moved and you want a little bit more, okay, a little more of a public forum. We will be accepting donations for that as well. There'll be open donations. Lorna's group, just for those, I know the energy is ramping up because I can feel it. They're like, oh my gosh, there's so many things. Lorna's
Moonlight Healing.
Moonlight Healing with Lorna. I will go ahead when I give the thank you post, as I do, so we can look forward to the next soul chat, which is Monday, I think. Is it? It's happening. Yep, our next soul chat is on Monday saying 2 p.m. my time, which is 7 p.m. your time. That's going to be with Bridget Carter of Win Chan, who's also currently in the same Stay Soul Tribe 2, the collective, as a crewmate. That'll be really exciting. If we all are have recovered from this festival, it's going to be a big weekend party. Oh, Lady Jenny, thanks so much for putting it in there. Yeah, so everyone, please go check out Lorna's group. If you are feeling it resonates, I strongly recommend a reading. It is just so special, and the connections continue on far beyond that hour she spends with you. You just I would just keep seeing things. I was like, this is just so great. Lorna, I appreciate you so very much for coming on today and spending time and opening up and allowing us to get to know you a little bit better and more intimately. And I thank you for all of the work that you're doing, the readings.
You're welcome. I'm just mad.
Yeah, we're all mad, and it's so beautiful. Oh, Lady Jenny, thank you so much. Yep.
God bless.
Yeah, we've got all these beautiful PAs in the group. So yeah, just to let you all know, this will be recorded. We've got have the YouTube channel up and running now. So if that's something that resonates with you, you'd rather watch from YouTube, you can do it there. We've got the Cosmic Heart Festival this whole weekend, so come check that out. Please, please, please check out Lorna's group. It's delightful and beautiful, and Lorna, you're just amazing. And I'm so glad that we
you, Tina, Jared, everybody. It's blessings for me. So, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I shall see everybody Saturday.
Yep, we're gonna party on Saturday, everyone. So keep an eye out on the weekend. Always feel free to direct message me if you have any questions, or you can do bookings or any of that. I can always find you where you need to go or set you on a path for research. And I look forward to seeing you on the next soul chat. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.